How's it going, everyone? I am the Shaz here to get you ready for the 8th official SBL. The timing of this SBL is very intriguing, as it will most likely come right around the time the first anniversary banners are slated to be released. So there will probably be increased competition in the top 100 and a very high chance of large score variance, depending on when people pull on these banners. As I will state before I get into the meat of every SBL video, make sure you do a voltage focused run on each song every day. Even if you don't think you have a particularly great team for voltage runs, do them. The number of tokens and star gems from SBL that you can get from not only the daily voltage totals, but the overall voltage totals as well, varies wildly. So I highly encourage you to do those voltage runs even if you don't win the voltage category MVP on a given song. In addition, this SBL marks the beginning of a new bonus in the overall voltage leaderboard prize pool: high memory exchange tickets. That's right, high memory exchange tickets that you can use for any girl. Here's the deal though. If you place in the top 5,000, you get 8 of these tickets. Fall outside of the top 5,000, you get 5. Fall outside the top 20k, and you only get 3 of these tickets. So please, for the love of God, if you're not used to doing voltage runs, use this SBL to get into the habit of doing them. Otherwise, you have no one to blame but yourself. Enough of the rambling, let's get into the event. The songs for this SBL are No Brand Girls for Muse, Ni Naritai Aquarium for Aqua, and Tokimeki Runners for Nijigasaki. Speaking of Niji, they again get the stat buff of 20% for all cards. Why? Don't look at me, I'm just the messenger. Ask K-Lab. As for the MVPs, there is no SP gauge MVP this time around. MVP titles are Voltage, Tap Skill Activations, and Stamina Heal Tap Active Skill Activations. Let's start with the Muse song, No Brand Girls. This is, as many of you know, an elegant attribute song with a cleansable 20% off attribute debuff, so get your cleanse cards ready. There are only 2 note gimmicks in this song: 10k damage notes, 3 of them, and SK type appeal up by 50% for the next 20 notes, which only happens twice during the song. The first and last ACs could give you some trouble if you don't team build correctly, as it requires 10 crit taps each, though increasing your base crit chance for every SK type card you have in your formation. This song will most likely have 2 main compositions for voltage runs. The first is Fes Eli, Fes Kotori, and Initial Yohane. The other, if someone wants more consistent voltage, would swap out Fes Kotori for Fes Kanata to utilize the Niji buff. Any combination of these 4 cards is good, really. It lets you forego a cleanser and go with just straight appeal buffs in your backline, hopefully giving you enough stamina to tank those 10k damage notes in the song. The upside to running Fes Kotori over Fes Kanata, if they're both at higher limit breaks, is that Kotori has a higher crit rate, making the first and last ACs a lot easier. For skill activations and stamina heal tap skills, the basic strategy still applies. Fesio, Parade Pana, Snow Halation Maki, Cheerleader Yohane, Borarara Umi. Some combination of those 3 in your last 3, prioritizing the URs. Then, your best skill activation rate up or stamina heal tap active cards. The Aqua song for this SBL is Koi Ni Naritai Aquarium, or Koi Aqua for short. A song we recently had for the voltage rankings during the Moon Rabbit exchange event. Your teams, especially for your voltage runs, will look the same. This cool attribute song has a non-cleansable 20% off attribute debuff, so leave those cleanse cards out of your formations. The first 3 ACs significantly favor guard type cards, with the last AC buffing the appeal of your voltage types for each guard type you have in your formation. For voltage runs, I can easily see a formation similar to what Nematic did to nab the top spot during the Moonrabbit voltage ranking. Veggie Yohane, Dreamland Ruby, Initial Yo. I wouldn't be surprised to see a lot of cool attribute cards backlined. Initial Maki, Moonrabbit Rico, Steam Maiden Maru, and Fess I are all good if you happen to run an on-attribute frontline strategy. I asked Nematic why he chose the cards he did after the Vol Ran was finished, and he told me that the reason why he ran a Center 3 with Fess I and didn't run the card in the main scoring strategy was because of Veggie Yohane's tap active. The Voltage Boost tap active turned what would be a normally max 57.5k voltage tap into a possible 70k plus voltage tap. Nematic did point out that due to many players not wanting to risk playing a lot of the song in yellow stamina and only a set amount of runs you can do per day, you may see people making formations like the one on screen with both Moonrabbit Rico and Fess Mari in the same formation to burst heal through the initial 40k damage. The second option would be to frontline either Fess Mari, Moonrabbit Rico, or Initial Yo in the main formation. Skills and heals, nothing out of the ordinary here, though the stamina heal players do get a gimmick note for guard type cards that increases skill activation by 20% for 20 notes, happening right before the second and third ACs, which would steer you away from using cards like Fess Mari, New World Setsuna, and Signal Rena. The last song we'll go over is Tokimeki Runners for Nijigasaki. Good news? It's not the Chapter 17 version of the song. Bad news? It's still only 145 notes and gives out way less voltage when you clear the ACs, so scoring is going to be relatively low compared to Koi Aqua and No Brand Girls. Remember, this version is cleansable if you're not running a fully on-attribute main scoring strategy. Now, as far as this song goes for voltage runs, I will take another page from Nematic's book. Hell, if you happen to know one of the top players in the game, why not pick his brain? If we go back to the Moonrabbit event Volran, in addition to Koi Aqua, we also had Loveless World. There aren't that many core differences between the two songs, so that begs the question. What did he run? Fess Honoka, Nuro Kotori, Miracle Voyage Yo. This time around, you could swap Fess Honoka out for Fess Shioriko, but I suggest testing to see what your average scores look like with both teams before landing on one specifically. Skill activations and heals are going to be tempted to push their team on attribute because of these gimmick notes, which gives Smile attribute cards a 20% skill activation rate up for the next 10 notes. For overall skills, unfortunately you're a little stuck, as there is only one UR, Initial Nozo, and 3 SRs with skill activation rate up tap actives. Those going for stamina heal tap activations have it a little easier, as there are 3 URs, Fess Nico, Ice Skating Setsuna, Halloween Event Karen, and 3 SRs, Cheerleader Daya, Kimi Koko Chika, and Yume no Tobira Nico. That's going to close out this video preparing you for the 8th official SBL. As always, a big thanks go to Xifrid for help with visual assets for the video. If you happen to like the content, do me a favor and hit that subscribe button. I tend to be working on multiple videos at a time, so if you have any questions regarding upcoming cards or events, feel free to leave it in the comments down below. Finally, a big thank you to my Twitch subs, SIFAS, Shut-It, 86 Romy, Poker Dottie, AJ Bailey 3, Kotaro-chan, Madeir Cutie, Captain Cupcake, Fantastic, Super Penguin 7, Spicy Quiche, and Dark Genix Smash, most of whom have gifted subs in the channel as well. I've been I Am the Shaz, take it easy, be nice to each other, and I'll see you all next time.